Guys, this is Jessica and Planning with Jess. Welcome or welcome back or welcome back. So tonight we're gonna look at my 2026 reading journal, digital journal. So since I'm currently still homeless and I have to save and pinch pennies all I can, I'm doing digital planning again this year. So we're gonna take a look at this template that I'm using again for 2026. It was made by um, Noria Grabas. This is a free template. Um, I'll try to link her template in the description. Or her thing. Easiest way to find it is to go into templates marketplace and type in book journal, and she should be the first one you find because it's like a 4.9 rating for free. And then she's got more. You can follow her for more things. So the first thing we're gonna look at is I previously released my TBR list of 2026, the 26 books that I want to read, um, and we're gonna see how that's linked to this. I will link that video down below if you haven't seen it yet. You can also find it up here in the card. So this is my TBR list. As you can see, it's all hooked up in here. I've got all my books set up. I did this off camera because it took a long time because I added like the description, the author, the way I'm gonna read it, um, the cover, the ratings from Goodreads and Amazon and Walmart, and I added like the genre and like page numbers and all that. And then all these are hooked into then the authors. Are hooked into my author page. So when I read more of that author, they'll hook into my author page, which I will show you. As you can see, all my authors are hooked up with the books, so I can search them any way I want. I can search them by author, or I can search them on my list. But what I really want to take you guys to look at is my trackers, but we'll get to that in a minute. We'll have years here, so right now 2025 is in there because I used this in 2025. We'll have favorites, but favorite books that I've read, and then of course I'll keep track of series, and favorite quotes. And then the library will have all the books. So let's look at my trackers. This is the one that I really wanted to take you to. We're going to go over Romanceopoly. This is the one where most of my books are going to fill in. So this is Romanceopoly. It's Romanceopoly U. What is Romance University? Romanceopoly University. Romanceopoly U is a year-long romance reading challenge where you enroll in classes prompts that actually match romance reader brain chemistry. The baseline is 20 books to graduate, structured like a degree. 5 core curriculum classes required for everyone. 5 major classes, you choose your department. 5 minor classes, you choose a second department. 5 elective, you cherry-pick prompts from the remaining departments. Optional add-ons for the overachievers, the competitive gremlins, and I can actually read 120 romances in a year crowd. Clubs each add 4 prompts. Seasonal sports events each add 4 prompts, and they're tied to a season. So you mark your calendars. So in January through March 2026, it's CrossFit trials. Through April and June, through July and September is the Heat Wave Cup, and through October and December is the final Friend Cup. And then you have monthly study sessions, which is book club energy. How you play is you can customize everything. The challenge works however you want. But here are some ground rules. You can roll a dice. You want to keep it spontaneous. Roll a dice. Move through the street in the map to pick your next prompt. Prefer to go in order. Start from the core curriculum and then work your way either from left to right on the map, left or right of the map through only the departments and electives you choose. All of the roads loop back into the middle and area so you can move through the departments. Want to DNF a book? No problem. Switch it out. Want to completely drop a cuff? That's okay too. Switch it up for any other on the map. Double dip. For the first time, they're allowing you to double dip, meaning you can use the same book for multiple prompts. Romanceopoly 2026 department. There's the romantic arts contemporary, so the bad banter, the meet cutes, the big dating. Paranormal studies, so your vampires, your shifters, your ghosts, your demons, and your fate mates. Your fantasy theories, romance opposite romantasy and fantasy romance, so your fate court, so Court of Thorns and Roses, your portals and multiverse, your warlords, sorry bat boys, historical studies, which would be our Bridgerton books, dark psychology, which would be like Haunting Adeline. And she'll have a deep dive into these each department coming soon. So I will link her YouTube and I will link her blog. It's under the covers. It's her challenge. So I will link those in the description down below. So if you want optional reading, there is more than 20 credits. You don't have to get more than 20 credits, but you can. There's 4 clubs. There's the Heart and Spoons Club. There's the Nightshade Society. There's the Secret Stacks, and then there's the Theta Tau Theta. The next tracker, I believe a lot of people, the next tracker I'm going to share with you, I believe a lot of people um, use is Bingo. So here's my Bingo card. So it's book published before 1993, which would be the year I was born. A book over 500 pages, finished in one day. Author name beginning with an A for my last name. Pink cover since it's my favorite color. I listened to an audiobook, Dark Romance, a book by my favorite author, which would be Nicholas Sparks. A period romance, book turned into a show, book turned into a film, a fantasy genre, The Free Space, a book about a fae or fairies, called Thorns and Roses, a new series, psychological thriller, a book by a new author, a book about dragons, author name beginning with an L, which would be my middle name, a book I rated 5 stars, author name beginning with J, my first name, read an ebook, princess adaptation, stayed up late night reading, a book under 200 pages. The next tracker is one that I believe everybody uses too, which would be the A to Z challenge. So I'm sure everybody knows how to A to Z challenge if it works, but if you don't, if the book began with apples to oranges, you'd put it for A, or if it began beekeep, how to beekeep, you'd put it for H, or you could use the B and leave out the how to, especially if you're reading a lot of how to books. Or you could do fays and fairies, you could use the F. Or fourth wing, you could put for F, or Jolly Green Giant, you can put for J. Merry Christmas, you can put for M. Good Night Mouse, you can put for G. Stuff like that for the A to Z challenge. So I hope you guys like the review of my bookshelf. There's a couple things more I want to review. I added a little fire escape because I've always wanted to read by a fire. So these are my quick actions so I can add to these categories. I linked my Goodreads so I can review to my Goodreads. I'm currently reading list so I can keep track of what I added. Crappiness is a cup of hot chocolate in a good book because I love hot chocolate when I'm reading. I love to curl up in front of a fire. I have to update my 2025 list. Like I said, I copied this from my 2025 list. I've actually read 7 books this year. Up my 25, and it's supposed to be 25 books. And then my timeline, I'm not currently reading anything in December. I took a break. I want to update this picture. My playlist is, I don't know if I'm gonna update it or keep it. It's load because you can embed it in it. It's just Taylor's version of Fearless, and it's like my favorite album. Because I love the songs off of it. I miss her country songs. Um, like I said, I gotta update this picture. I don't have any finished books because I'm starting a new year. This is my new thing. And then I already shared the author again. It's Nuria Gavas. Thank you for choosing to click on this video. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah. Please stay safe and appreciate everything you have. And remember why we have this season. Um, Stay warm and cozy. Kisses and hugs. Bye.